Hey everyone, welcome back to Silverrun Forest for the next episode in our Let's Play series. So we're now into July and both our fields are now ready to harvest. So we've got our oats and our barley, they're all ready to go. Currently we don't have enough money to probably even lease a combine and header, let alone buy one. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to sell the 2 log trailers that we've got for the tractor. I'd rather try and get a logging trailer now for the semi, as we've got the semi, so we don't really need these ones. We probably won't get much use out of them. So I'm going to sell both of these. So that gives us a little bit of money, so we're up to 32,225. And next thing I'm going to buy is not a combine, although there is a John Deere T560 in the used equipment sale, but at 145,000, that's still a lot more than I'd really want to pay for the combine, and then the header on top of that's going to be quite expensive. So yeah, I don't really want to get that. So the one I do want to get is the case axial flow, which is 60, or we could go for the 4-wheel drive at 70. So either one of those two. And then the header on top of that's probably going to take that close to 100,000 for that. If we go to low loaders, I want to get the Demco step deck trailer. The steel drop deck. I'll keep everything standard, and I'm going to purchase this. And you might be asking, well, you need money, and now you've just spent all the money you've got on a new trailer. Yeah, well, the idea is, because we've got so many pallets now, and we're starting to get so many pallets from the productions, and although I don't have any problem with manually loading them using a forklift truck or front loader, I've got no issues with it. It does get very frustrating after a while if they start glitching out. But the problem is when you start getting a lot of productions, which we will need to get quite a few on here to get the roller coaster fully built, it is going to take a lot of time then to remove moving pallets. So I've got the universal auto load mod installed, so we do have the universal auto load script that's onto this base game trailer, so we can now use that. So what we're going to do is head over to the flooring factory first. So we do have quite a lot of pallets here. I'm going to get all these loaded up and sold, and then we're going to head up to the iron ore furnace, or the iron mine, as we desperately need to get that topped up because it is starting to run very low of iron ore. So we'll get that topped up, and we also have a lot of metal up there to load up onto our trailer, which we will then bring down to sell at the roller coaster, boatyard, and some of the other productions that require it. So let's see if we can get those last 2 pallets on there. So flooring, I think the roller coaster's okay for flooring currently, but we could take some there just to top that up. And the other place, I'm pretty sure the boatyard requires flooring. Yeah, so we'll take some to the roller coaster and then the boatyard, and then any that's left we'll take to Silverrun Market. Now, as we're going past here, I thought we'd just load up as much as we can from the wood turner as well, which I completely forgot about. So we'll try and just back up, and we'll get as much as we can loaded on here, and we'll get these sold as well. Hopefully that's close enough. So we do Shift R. We should... I think that is full, so yeah, I don't think we're going to fit any more on there. So I say we'll get these over to the roller coaster, which may take some of the stair railings as well as the floor tiles, and then so we'll go boatyard and then take the rest to the Silverrun Market. Okay, so first stop, roller coaster. I don't think this will take much. So 7,446. It's taken all of the staircase railings and a few of the floor tiles. So we'll stop off at the boatyard to deliver any floor tiles that requires, and then Silverrun Market. Right, so let's see what the boatyard will take off our hands. I think this does have quite a good requirement for floor tiles. It should take quite a few off us. think that's taken all it will. So is that another 42,000 or so? And then Silverrun Market to sell the rest of the stuff we've got. We still have a few more pallets of bowls, pepper grinders, I think, and staircase railings over at the wood turner, but we'll leave those for now. So we'll get these sold and then head up to the iron ore mine, iron furnace, get all the metal loaded up, and then top that up with iron ore as well. No, 13,250 for those, and then we'll get the rest sold. So I think that should give us now enough for the combine and a header, and also a baler, so we can then bale up the straw. So 59,610 for the last few, takes up to 126,233, plus we've still got all the metal to sell as well. So we'll get up to the iron mine, and then we can sort out what needs doing up there. Okay, so we're up at the iron mine, iron furnace, and as you'll probably see as we come around here, we've got quite a lot of pallets of metal. I think there's probably more than we'll be able to fit on this trailer, so we possibly have to do 2 trips, or just do 1 trip for now and then leave the rest until we get another full trailer load. Yeah, so 20,000 litres or 20 pallets on there. I'm not sure there's another 20 there. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's just short of another full load. So we'll probably leave that until next time when we should have another 20. Then we can come up here for another full trailer load. So what I'm going to do is just drop this off out the way, and then we'll just need to get the actual iron furnace topped up with iron ore, because we've only got, oh, actually 17,000 litres, a little bit more than I thought was in there. But as we're up here, I'll put another couple of loads in, or another few loads to get that topped up, and we won't need to worry about that again for a little bit. Okay, so that's the iron ore all topped up. I put in a little bit more than I was going to, so kind of probably filled it all the way up. So that should last us for a while, but we probably will come up here again next month just to get the next load of full metal pallets and get those sold. So we're going to take this load, we'll take them to the roller coaster first, then the boat yard, and then we'll take what's left after that to the barrel factory, which also requires metal, and then the furniture factory, and if there's anything left after that we'll take it to Silverrun Market. Okay, so we'll do the roller coaster first, which again I don't think will take a huge amount, but it will give it a little bit more in its storage. As you can see, it is progressing quite nicely. We still have everything it requires for the current stage. That didn't take a huge amount. So we'll do the boat yard next, and then the barrel factory and the furniture factory. Okay, we'll take the last 6,260 litres to Silverrun Market, get those sold. That will give us more than enough money then for the combine header trailer, and then a baler as well, so then we can get our crops baled. Just to say, crops harvested and then the straw baled up. So another 33,402. That takes us to 235,231 in total. So I think the combine is going to cost around about 100,000 in total with the header trailer and the combine itself. And we also need to get the baler, which is, we'll get the John Deere again that we leased last time, but we'll actually buy it this time because we're going to need it for straw and hay, so rather than leasing one every now and then. So let's go and see Eddie's Motors and see what they've got for us. So combine, as I said, we're going to go with the case. I'm probably just going to stick with the 2-wheel drive version. And we'll boost the engine setup a little bit because that's not going to add too much to it. Extension on the bin. Could go for the smaller one, which is 10,219, which I think will be big enough for us. That one's 12. Well, let's go with the 12. Hopefully that'll fit in the shed that I've built for it to go in. Wheel setup we'll leave standard. Pipe auger, I'll go for the slightly longer one. So 65,590 for that. I don't think we'll need the slightly longer pipe, depending which header we go for. So we've got the 14-foot case, 1030, 14-foot, or we could go with the 25, which is obviously a lot more expensive. It's almost as expensive as the combine. And then there's the 8.5. And I think anything above the 7.5 is probably going to be a little bit too big. So that's 7.5 or 4.4. 42. That one's 28. We can afford this one. I just think, is it worth it for the size of the field we've got? Spending that extra money. We'll go with this one and see how this one works. We'll also get the trailer for that. I'll just keep that standard and we'll buy that as well. And then we'll get the baler while we're here. So we go balers. Somebody did mention one of them was the European version, the other one was the US version, and I can't remember which way around was which. Was in the 100 was the US version, and the 690 the European version. Yeah, that one's got the 40 kilometers an hour. Yeah, so thank you for that. I can't remember who left the comment. So we'll go for the 100. So there's our combine header trailer. So we'll get all this hooked up, and then we can start with the barley as we right there, and then we've got the oats to do as well. And then once we get the barley done, we can look to get a small chicken coop or small chicken pen shed, so we can start some egg production. Not that we need egg production for anything, like eggs aren't required for anything we need, but it's nice to do have something a bit different to give us a bit of income as well. As for the oats, we could potentially get some horses. I don't really generally do horses now FS22 because I really do find they're not really worth the time and effort. Although they don't take a huge amount of effort with the horse helper mod, I still don't think they're value for money in terms of how much feed they require. Like hay, oats. Get that load down, and now we'll start doing our first harvest here on Silverrun Forest. Okay, so one thing I completely forgot to buy was a trailer that we can actually unload the combine into, of some sort. So we either need a grain trailer, a gravity wagon or chaser bin or something, so we can actually unload the crop and then get it into our silo. We do have the 82 Studio trailer up at the old sawmill, which we can reconfigure into a tipper trailer that we could use for grain rather than buy something else. So I may head up to the old sawmill and grab that and bring that back down here and put it in the workshop and just reconfigure that. So we'll jump in the John Deere and then we'll just use that for now. So I've just picked up the 82 Studio trailer, and unfortunately I was getting a little bit confused as to which one this one was. There is another one that is very similar to this, with similar options that you can reconfigure into a grain trailer. This one is not that one. So this one does have a few options that we can adjust it to, but a grain trailer tipper is not a configuration we can choose. So I think I'm going to sell this one because we haven't used it for a while, and I don't think we have really much use for it currently, and I don't know if we'll actually get any use out of that particular one. So we'll sell that one, and what I'm going to get is in trailers possibly. So I'm going to get the Parker 2500 gravity wagon to use. We'll just keep it as it is and we'll purchase that, so we can use that for the grain. It should be more than enough what we need currently just for transporting grain from the two fields to our silo. So we'll get this hooked up and then we can unload the combine and get the rest of that all harvested. Yeah, it kind of made sense to sell the other trailer, as I say, we've not used it since we bought the trailer for the semi. We've pretty much been using that. I'll park that there and get in, get this unloaded. Not sure how much this gravity wagon actually takes. I never even checked that. Should have checked what the capacity of it was. Should have probably added the extension on, taken up to 11.3 from 8.8. Let's close that down. We'll get this unloaded. Actually, what we could do now is, while we've got the barley, we could actually look to get the chicken coop built, and then we can top that up with barley so they can start them producing eggs. And then once we've emptied this, I'll reconfigure this and add the extension on. I should have checked that option. So I'll just have a quick look, see what chicken coops I've got available. Do want to try and get one that's got more than 100 chickens, because I think anything less than that is a little bit of a waste of time, because they just don't produce many eggs. So if we go animals and then chickens, so I've got the fenceless one from Cookie Cat, which will fit in there. That actually fits in there rather nice. So that's 150. That one's only 30, which is a standard base game one. I've got this large outdoor chicken coop, which is 500. That'll just about fit in. I'm not sure where the egg pallets will spawn, so that might cause an issue, but that is 500 chickens for just 10,000. That one's going to be a little bit too big, and I think a lot of these are going to be... Well, that one's not too bad, 400, a little bit more expensive. It comes with the building. 800. I think this may be the best option. That's 500. It's only 10,000 to buy. It's like a lot more than that one, and it does just about fit in. What I may do is just put the interactive zone marks on, just so I can double check the actual feed profits. Yeah, so it looks like the eggs spawn to the right hand side and the feed trough is down to the left, so it's going to be a little bit tight, so we may have the egg pallets spawn just in the track. I can't really go back. It's just that slight little bit too big fit in there. Yeah, it might be a little bit too. Yeah, it's going to stick out in the road a little bit. Ideal, that one would have been perfect, but I think it's just too big for that space. So I think we'll go with this one, which I think is going to fit in a little bit better. And that way then I can match up the fencing to go around it. And it doesn't matter if that one sits back a little bit, because the egg pallets will spawn a little bit further back. So if we drop that one in there, I will disable the ground leveling. And we'll go landscaping, painting. We'll just tidy up in front of there a little bit. Also need to do that bit as well, which I missed last time. And then go decoration, and we'll see if we can fill in the fencing. Now, one thing I would love to see is the option to disable the collisions on the fencing as well, like you can with other objects. It's a bit annoying that it doesn't actually work. So sometimes what I have to do is you need to put the fencing down first, and then replace the actual animal pen around it. See how close we can actually get. Now, I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that feed trough, unfortunately. So that's the closest it will let us. Just trying to think how to best do this. Right, if we sell that first, actually, I'll try and place some kind of marker down. I don't know where to put the fence to. Get rid of that. So we want to bring the fence from there somewhere, so we'll go that one. Bring that to about there. Collides with an object. I think that one's slightly a little bit too close to that tree. Maybe not come quite that far. There we go. We bring that then to about there. So we'll fill in this bit up to where we built the fence for the sheep pasture. As I did say, I was going to continue this round. So the feed trough's going to go there. So if we go animals, chickens again, just try and work out roughly where to put this fence. Alright, I just need to disable the grid snap, which is G. So turn that off so we get full free placement. Landscaping, decoration, fencing. This is where it gets a bit tricky. Just trying to work out exactly where to put this fence now. I think somewhere there. So just keep bouncing between the two until we get this into the correct place. So yeah, I just want to come a little bit further than where that post is, by the looks of it. So decoration again. Fencing. Now I can't remember where that fence post was. I wish the thing when you change between categories it'd stay where it was. What I might do, put that down first. No, I've just accidentally put another one down. I might try and mark that again as I did before. So we go painting plants. So we need to come to where the grass is deleted. So we'll get rid of that one. Decoration again. Fences. We want to come from there. Which was that one. That one. Hopefully this will fit in now. Ah, there we go. So bring that down just a tiny little bit more. And then press V. And then we can get that in. There's our little chicken coop. So we can get that topped up with barley and then we'll buy some chickens. And we'll get the rest of the barley harvested and our oats as well. So we'll get the grid off and we'll buy the 4 chickens so they'll start producing. We'll just buy 60 for now and then we'll let them reproduce to fill in the rest. I'll get the interactive zone markers turned off and yeah, we'll put the rest of this into the silo and then we'll get the rest of the harvesting all finished off. Okay, that's our barley all done. We'll get the last of it into the silo and then we can get on with getting the oats all harvested. We'll put those into the silo as well and then we'll either keep them to use or potentially we'll just sell them when the price is at a good point for them. So I'll get this into the silos and then I'll get all the oats harvested and we just need to get the straw baled up. We'll take the straw bales to sell because we've got no need for those and I don't plan on getting cows at any point just yet, so maybe something we'll look to do next year as we expand the farm, but for now I think the sheep is something we've required further down the line. Chickens was just something to give us a little bit of extra income every now and then with the eggs. But as for cows, I don't know, we may get some, or maybe do some beef cows. We'll have to see as we clear more land, any more suitable areas for getting cow pasture put in. So I say I'll get the rest of the barley into here and then we'll get all the oats done and then it's just a case of getting the straw all baled up. Okay, oats have all been harvested. We've got 12,000 or just over 12,000 litres from oats. We've got 22,000 litres of barley in the silo, plus what we put into the chickens. Yeah, so 22,170 litres of barley, 12,345 litres of oats in the silo. and the chickens took 3,750 litres or so. So I should have plenty of barley to keep the chickens going for a long while. May have a little bit of excess we can sell off over winter when the price is at its highest point. So next job will be to get all the straw baled up. As I will sell the straw bales because we've got no need for straw, and we don't really have anywhere to keep them either. So once these are all done, we'll get these all loaded up onto our trailer and take them to, I think Silverrun Market is the only place we can sell bales currently on the map, unless we had another sell point, so not too far to actually take them, just there. So we'll get this all done and get these sold and see how much money we've got. See if we can then possibly get enough money just to buy one of the other productions, so we can get that up and running as well before we finish up for today. So that's pretty much all the straw done. Let's just check. So we've got 20 bales plus another 2 possibly on the baler, so 21, 22 in total. So I'll get that switched off and get those out. So 21, so not quite enough for the 22nd bale. So we'll just drop this off and get the bale spike put back on, if I can remember where I put it. I think pretty sure I left it by the hay bales. Then we'll get these loaded onto the step deck trailer and then get them sold. And then I think what we'll finish off with for today, we'll head up to the old sawmill with the new trailer, load up any pallets of long planks we've got up there. I forgot, I accidentally put that chicken coop down when I was building that. It's put grass texture all over there. Need to get rid of that. We'll sort that out as well. Yeah, we'll load up all the long planks. We'll take the long planks over to the barrel factory. That should then give us enough money that we can actually purchase that production. It is another one that we do require for the roller coaster, so we're going to have to get it at some point. So if we can get that up and running now as well, I'll give us a bit of extra money from that. I can then switch the iron furnace to auto distribute some metal to there when we need it, so we don't have to keep delivering metal. So we're going to grab the step deck and we'll get all these loaded up. Last couple of bales to go on. I forgot this trailer's also auto loads bales. It just means that you can't stack them on sometimes properly because it just pulls the bale off your forks. I don't know any way of disabling that. I'll have to have a look around and play with it. So the bales have kind of gone on in a way I wouldn't have loaded them, but they're on there. So we can get these sold. So we'll head up to the old sawmill and then load up any of the long planks. And we'll get those over to the barrel factory. So we'll just drop the John Deere back in the shed. I could also do again a pressure washer as well at some point, so we can clean our equipment off. So we'll take these over to the Silverrun Market which I'm pretty sure is the only sell point on the map for bales. We'll just double check. So straw, Silverrun market, yeah, currently $59 and dropping. And we've got 173,250 litres. So we won't get too much for these, but it'll be a little bit of extra and go towards paying off for the baler. So 10,425, that's almost covered the cost of buying the baler. So that's not too bad. Could have been a lot worse. And I think the barrel factory is around about 110,000. So we're not far off being able to afford that. So we'll head up to the old sawmill and get the long planks. And any of the shorter planks fitted on as well if we can. And we'll bring those down here and get those sold. And then we should be able to buy the barrel factory, which is one of the other productions that we require. Okay, so up at the old sawmill, it's just the long planks we want for now. We get this part round somewhere here. I think we can actually auto load those as well. We'll just double check. Yeah, we can. So this is the universal auto load script, which adds the auto load function to the base game trailers. Fortunately, it's one of those things that's not available on PC, console I should say. I'll say it is going to save us a lot of time in the future. Cause I did go around on this map before, and I think going around just loading all the pallets manually from here, you literally, like, it could take up an hour plus of my recording time. Which then doesn't leave much for actually creating a video. So it looks like we may be able to get all of the long planks on, and possibly maybe some wood beams. We'll put some of the short planks on actually instead, if we can. We should be able to fit a few pallets on the front. Right, I think that's all we're going to fit on. Yep. So that's fully loaded. So we'll take the planks to the barrel factory first. Sell what we can there, and then we'll take the rest of the furniture factory and sell some there as well. Okay, so barrel factory first. We'll sell as much as we can here, which is pretty much all of it by the looks of it. So that's taken all of our long planks. We're up to 155,000. So 120,000 to buy the barrel factory, which we'll buy. That has now been purchased. So if we go into production menu, and we're now producing barrels, buckets and bathtubs. We've got metal and planks long are all full, so we can leave that working away. The short planks, we'll try the roller coaster. I don't know if that requires any, maybe full. I'll just check actually with the boatyard, because I don't think we've delivered any planks to the boatyard yet. So I know the roller coaster's got plenty of planks at the moment, and way more than it's currently showing it requires for the current stage. So we'll take these to the boatyard and see if the boatyard will take them. And we'll also see what else this requires for its current stage. So I'm not going to buy the boatyard yet, not until we actually start producing the fabric. Because we're not going to be able to complete a boat until that's underway. So we'll see how much of the planks this takes. May take all of them as well. So 69,208. Let's just see. So we've got planks long, wood beam and floor tiles. So it's currently got planks, floor tiles and metal in stock. It doesn't require metal for its current stage, so I'm presuming that will be a future stage. So we could do with getting some wood beams and planks along, which we don't have. We've just used all our planks along, but we could get some wood beams down here, and then apart from the planks along, that will have everything it needs for the first stage. So what we'll do is, I did say we were going to finish up there, but I think we've still got a load more pallets back up at the old sawmill. So I'm going to head back up there and get all the wood beams loaded up. We'll bring those down to the boatyard. I'll fit on as many of the other planks as we've got left as well. We do have one stack of long planks up there. I don't think that's going to be much good for us. But we could load that on if we've got space as well. And then we'll get all that sold, and that should give us a nice amount of money then. Okay, so we have 13,000 litres of 13 pallets of wood beams, 13 more pallets of the short planks. So we'll take the wood beams to the boatyard. I think that requires a few. And then that'll just need long planks for the first stage of that. And then say we'll sell the rest. We've still got a load of prefab walls up at the old sawmill and loads more of the short planks. I think that's taken everything it needs. So we'll take the rest of the roller coaster, see if that needs any more. And then we'll sell the rest at the Silverrun market again. So 116,102. I don't know if we'll get enough to buy the furniture factory as well before we finish up. We still have the pallets of metal as well up the iron furnace, so we're not short on being able to make money. We've also got a lot of land with a lot of trees on still. So making money is not something we need to really worry about. The roller coaster has actually taken quite a lot more, and that's all of it. So 154,000. So we'll take these Silverrun market. I'm just going to quickly have a look and see how much the furniture factory is. I'm sure that one's quite an expensive production, but it does make quite a bit of money as well. So 14,101 for the last few planks, takes up to 168,583. So we'll just nip over to the furniture factory, which is next to the wood turner. We've still actually got a few pallets from the wood turner left there as well that we could sell. We'll just quickly nip up and check. There you go, a few staircase railings and one more pallet of bowls by the looks of it. Probably not enough to make it worth selling just yet. So 110,000 for the furniture factory as well. For some reason I thought that was a lot more expensive than that. So we now own the furniture factory as well, which we currently don't have any long planks. Oh, we could have bought these short planks here as well. And got it started with those, which is probably not the best ratio. Yeah, it slightly takes more short planks, but as we need long planks more for the other ones, because we can only use long planks for the barrel factory, we might be better off just bringing short planks because they do produce quite quick. So I may actually set the short planks on the old sawmill. Actually, we've got loads still back up there, so I'll probably get those brought down here, and then we can get this up and running as well. So I think we'll leave it there for today. We've still got 58,583 left. So we'll call it quits for today. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a like. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got more Farm Simulator 22 content coming up with this series, the time-lapse series, and also the live streams. So again, a big thank you to everyone that's watched today, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you again. Goodbye.